Many of you would like to start investing in CS2, but don't really know how, why, and when. Well, in this video I'm going to be trying to tell you how to invest in CS2 and how to begin investing in CS2. In this video I'll be covering all the basics on how to start, what to look for, and when the right entry point is. So, when you first start investing, you should know all the basics to it. For this, of course, the basis is the price itself. Everybody knows what this is and how this works, but many don't really know how to look at the price and how to evaluate the price itself. Of course, an item can be too expensive, in the right price, or just cheaper. So you could theoretically start investing with as low as 10 euros, but also as much as 1, 2, 10 or 20,000 euros. That's obviously up to you. Obviously, just like in real life, if you were to go into a shop with 10 euros, you might buy, let's say, 4 or 5 items. Well, if you go into a store with 1,000 euros, you might buy, let's say, 500 items. So first of all, set yourself a capital on which you want to risk. Well, where do you find the items that you would like to invest in? The Steam community market is always higher. The prices are always higher. But for the best prices, you should really look into all the other markets, let's say Skinport or CS Float. But if you don't know which one to choose, I would just recommend going onto priceempire.com, where you can find every single skin in CS2 and basically compare all the prices across all high value third party markets. Inside you will also find random indicators on which you probably don't know what any of the words mean. Well, let me explain. On the left hand side you will also find all the other variations of the skin. So let's say you can get in field tested stat track or non-stat track or even battle scar. Down below you will find all the important information about the skin itself, which means the float value and the collection it belongs to, and if it's stat track possible, etc, etc. Down below you will find all the other indicators, let's say the price indicator. So down below you will get to the arguably the most important indicators of the skins, which basically is the market cap and the liquidity and the amounts of trades in the last 7, 30 or 180 days. The liquidity basically shows how easy it is to sell a skin. The market cap, however, shows you how big the market for the skin is. Obviously, the higher, the better, not only for the liquidity, but also for the market cap. Then to the right side, you will find the price of the skin. That's pretty self-explanatory. So now the question arises, which skins do I buy? Well, there's a lot of different strategies into buying skins or investing in them. The most common strategies are either short-term investment or long-term investment, and the duration of it is pretty subjective. Amongst the short-term investments, we can classify them as cases or capsules. And the reason why is because they can go very limited in a short period of time. Which means, for example, after a major, the capsules, you can buy them for only a month and they're limited after that. You can never buy them after the month has passed. Which means, for example, after the major, the people have bought in total around 10,000 capsules. And you can never get more of them. And as we all know from school or not, the price is based from supply and demand. Demand is only going to rise as the rarity is going to increase, and the supply is only going to decrease because there has been either people getting banned or people just opening the capsules for profit or trying to profit. Let's quickly analyze the Copenhagen 2024 capsules. As we can see, there has been a massive spike in price since they have been discontinued, quote unquote. And then we can see there has been some spikes and ups and downs, but we can mainly see that the trend is looking like it's growing. Same thing with the snakebite case, as it has been discontinued in the recent few months. We can see a slight spike in price, and we're most likely gonna expect a continuation of the price trend. But it's not always the case. Let's take a look at the Paris 2023 major. We can see that the capsules have had a bit of time when they were quite expensive, also comparable with the stickers. But after we have realized that CS2 is a piece of trash and that we have overinvested into the major, the prices have plummeted. So you must take into account all the other possibilities which might influence the price. And for the long-term investments, we might as well just put the same items as for the short-term investment, but we're looking for more profit over a longer time, which basically means hold on to dear life. But also a good strategy into investing is buying into all the discounted items which have been discounted recently. So for example, let's take the Deagle heat treated factory new. We can see that the price has plummeted a little bit or has kept steady at around 20 to 30 euros on the Steam market. But since a recent rise in the price of every single item, we can see that the trend may be looking towards the upward side, which may be the best point into investing into the skin. Another option on how to invest is, in my opinion, also to scalp all the items, which means you would just go on some marketplace like, let's say, Skinport, put in a desired price and just sort by the highest discount. That's how I used to make my money back in the day, and I'm gonna have to admit that it has worked pretty okay for me, so I would definitely recommend. You can also just buy any item that you would like. Let's just say an AK fuel injector in field tested. Yes, it does cost 200 to 250 euro, but in the long term, we can probably tell that it is going to rise in price. Last but not least, I would also recommend you creating an Excel sheet or a Google sheet and basically tracking every single move you do on the market, whether it was a buy, a sell, or maybe you were contemplating buying or selling a skin. Just write it down and then after some time analyze what you did. Have you done any mistakes? What could you have improved? Just track every single step you do when trading or investing into CS2 items.